TV. I'm here with the big homie Crusher, and he's gonna run down a little bit of what's going on in his world these days.
Well, I'm just exploring different avenues on what to do with my life and how to better my life right now. And I thought, why not start a YouTube channel and tell people some of my experiences, some of my stories, what being in a bike life really looks like what being in a 1% club really looks like. And a lot of the stuff that goes with it, as far as like hangarounds and prospects and the whole process, things of that sort. So that's what's going on for me right now.
And since you're a former member of one of the top four clubs, people are going to be very interested to hear your side of the stories. And I feel like on YouTube here, we need more people from the actual scene than people that are talking about it from the sidelines. You've actually lived it. So a little bit about you. You've been in clubs before the other club as well.
Yeah,
What got you into motorcycles?
I've been in two of the top five clubs, but you know, growing up, I had a group of friends, and as we got a little bit older, those friends ended up joining one of the top five clubs. And I had gone through a breakup, and I was kind of looking for something to fill my time with. I ended up roommating with the president of one of those of that club. Bought my bike and kind of never went back. I went on a few runs and just saw that the brotherhood that they were sharing, and the camaraderie that they had. And like, I know everybody says that, but it's different when you actually live it. So like when you live it and you're there, you're drawn to it. So for me, it was a no-brainer. As soon as I saw that, as soon as I could stand in a parking lot and see 200 people that all looked the exact same, and everybody's like-minded and everybody's running the same type of program, like you're drawn to that. And me too. I was drawn to it just like everybody else. And some of the best times I've ever had in my life were in a club.
Hey, that's good stuff. That's what it's all about, right?
I
So
wouldn't, I wouldn't trade my experiences for nothing.
you wouldn't trade them for nothing, right? I mean,
No, I
I
love I
haven't
love
really.
I love the clubs that I was in. I have nothing bad to speak about them. Like I said, some of my greatest times in life, aside from my family, some of the greatest times in my life were doing the 1% biker shit with these clubs that I was in. Like those memories those can't be taken from me. Those will always be etched in my brain.
So how did you get to the point where you were around, you were in these other bike clubs, and you go, you know what? I think I'm ready to be a Mongol. What made you take that step?
I started out as in one of the top five clubs, and I ran that for a handful of years, and then some things happened. I ended up leaving that club, and me and about six of my buddies, we launched our own club. We didn't want the politics, all the BS that comes with being in a top five club, so we ran our own thing for a while, and our colors were black and white. And we were cordial with the Mongols. We would attend their parties, and some of them would come to ours. And one individual, he asked multiple times, like, "Hey, you guys should be Mongols. We have the same, not friends, and our colors are the same. You guys are solid." And they asked us for about a year, and each time we were just like, "Nah, man, we got a good thing going on. The right people fear us, the right people respect us. We run our own program, and we're good." And then just one night out of the blue, we were sitting down at church, and we're like, why don't we do it? Like, what's actually stopping us from going to the freaking top? And everybody was like, fuck it, let's run it. So there was, at that point, we had a chapter of about 18 solid dudes, and everybody was
Wow.
going to do it. And by the time we actually made the merger over, there was three of us and two prospects that actually ended up doing it. But when you go to a black and a white event, from any size, from going to a bar or just a ride or a national party, the structure and the movement that they offer, it's something you don't see that in a lot of clubs. You don't see that
Second
really
to
anywhere else
none.
in the world. And it was just like, if you go to one of those events and if that shit don't give you a boner, you have no fucking reason being in biker world. Kick rocks go that way.
100%. Oh, so how was it? So then you guys decide you're gonna do it. How did that go? Did you probably
I was
obviously all
I
of you
was I
didn't
was
make it.
I live in red and white country up here, or at least it was, right? This is all backwoods red and white boys up here, and so we had our hands full for a long time. We were making our impression. We were keeping our feet planted on the ground, and we weren't budging. And over time, it was kind of like, all right, well, you guys are going to be over there doing your thing. You're not going anywhere. They're over here doing their thing. They're not going anywhere. But yeah, we
That's
definitely
what's
got our work
up.
cut out for us.
All right, so it was you guys got off to a rocky start, you might say, and then it was good. So how was it as a member doing that? How'd that make you feel? Was it better than what you had came from in certain ways? Was it worse? Like, break that down a little bit for us.
I don't want to say it was better or worse, but it was definitely a lot more structured. And most people in 1% world, they're going to thrive with structure.
100%, 100%. And just recently I had been seeing something that people might not be too familiar with as some unity things going on. How do you feel about unity in the biker community?
Man, when me and one of the fellas put that together, uh, we had really big plans for it, and I hope he keeps pushing it and he keeps going. But we did something in the north together that hadn't been done up here. Not that I've ever heard of. I don't think it's ever been done up here. So I mean, it was good. It was off to a great start. We went within the first month. I think we had like five clubs inside that Unity stuff, and it was a sight to be seen, especially for being in red and white country.
Yeah, I have a lot of respect for people putting together unity instead of division, and that's what old school biker things go back to. And yeah, I thought that was super badass, man. You guys went all the way down to damn Mexico.
We did. We took them down to Mexico with us. We had a great time. They had a great time. They got to meet a lot of great people. From what I remember, they were welcomed with open arms.
Hell yeah. For sure. Well, so you did that. Is there anything you want to, things that you learned in the club, things that or just kind of roll us into maybe how the club was and then your exit, however you want to say that, and then what you're doing now.
I'm not going to get too deep into my exit. There was some things going on, and it was time to close that door. So that's what I did. There's a lot of talk about me joining another club, about me starting another club. There's one club out there that I would really consider joining. I'm not going to say the club's name, but if they're watching, they know who they are. But I just started thinking, like, I've got almost the better part of 15 years of my life doing this 1% biker lifestyle, and now I'm just trying to figure out what I can do moving forward to spend that same type of energy, but doing something productive for myself and not for a whole as a nation. So I've decided I'll launch my new channel here on YouTube called Rolling with Crusher, where I won't get too deep into certain things, but I'll just tell it like it is, what the people really want to hear and what they really want to know about 1% lifestyle. Kind of everything from the beginning, from just a supporter to all the way up to being wherever you want to be in it, and all the fun times and the bad times that come with it.
Yeah, I mean, you put out a video about support. That was really cool because I didn't even think of that when I on my channel right here. I put hang around prospect and then I interviewed a member.
Yeah.
So a supporter
Well,
was a
there's
really good angle. If you want to touch on that a little bit over here, and if everybody heard him, I want you to listen up for a second. I want you guys to go over to Rolling with Crusher, correct?
yeah, it's got a G on there.
Rolling with Crusher on YouTube. Everybody go like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, run the run the homies channel up just like you do mine. And hey, I would really appreciate that. We love to network over here. we want to run up his shit because he's going to be out there, like he said, telling the real 1% side of things to y'all on here and sharing some of his experiences. He has all the experience in the damn world so far, with more to go. And yeah, if you want to touch on that support thing, I think that was pretty cool. If you want to explain to the people a little bit about
Well, it's just like
support.
that's just some of the stuff that I would go over at my table constantly. Like I would have people, come to our clubhouse and they would like say, "Oh no, man, I'm a hang around for you guys." And I'd be like, "When the fuck did that happen? Like you're a supporter. Do you know what a supporter is?" They'd be like, "Oh yeah, I do this and I do that." And I'm like, "No, bro, that's not a supporter." So I just kind of, I would break it down for them, for all of them, what a supporter is, what a hang around is, a prospect, the stage of each one, all the way on up. So, but I just wanted to clarify that one out the gate. A supporter is just that. It's just like it sounds. It's somebody who attends your local events, whether, like I said, whether you're doing it at the clubhouse or you guys are doing a little pack ride to the bar. A supporter is just someone who shows up and supports. They're not obligated to be there. They don't have to pay dues. They're not watching bikes. They're not standing outside during church, things of that sort. They're just, if you have a bar, they're donating a couple of bucks at the bar. They're buying a support shirt, a support hat, maybe a support bandana, things of that sort. And that's what a supporter is. And while you're there supporting, you're learning the club. Like you're learning all the etiquette that comes with it. And if this is something that you truly want to get into, maybe you do want to be a prospect, but maybe after you support a certain club for a few months, you think, well, this lifestyle's cool, but those dudes really ain't that cool. So I'm going to take myself and go over here. So I just wanted to kind of clarify what that is, what it was on there.
Right. I like the part where you said a lot of people don't know. Hey, you might get fucked up for starting your bike at the wrong time. So like you were saying, it's in some clubhouses the president goes, then the SA, then the rest of the members, then the prospects, then the hang-arounds, then the supporters. And if
Then the
you pop
guests.
your throttle before that, you might get popped yourself.
I mean, anything's possible. It depends on what clubs. Some clubs, they don't care. Jump on your bike, fire it up. And structured clubs, there's an order to it. And it gets deep. Like in certain clubs, you guys go out to a restaurant, you can't order your food until the highest ranking officer orders their food. And it so happens your food comes out before his, you're not supposed to touch it until he takes a bite or he gives you that, go ahead. Uh-huh.
And that's
I
on
just,
some straight respect shit. That's old school.
mm,
Yep, a lot of people don't know about that, man.
I feel
That was
like there's a lot of people who are intrigued with the outlaw world who don't know enough about anything to make any type of an informed decision. They just jump on fucking people's comments and be like, "Oh, clowns," and blah blah blah. Fucking
yeah, yeah,
don't
yeah.
bark
Like
in there.
whatever.
Come
They
live
don't. If
in
you
this
haven't,
world. Yeah, come live in
if
this world and then bark your mouth. Until then, just stay behind your keyboard, tough guy.
yeah, if you haven't lived it or done any of the things we're talking about, you really shouldn't feel free to just run your mouth however you want. And if you think you could do it better, go try it on for size, and we'll see how it fits on you.
By all means, see if you can make it as long as I did in a fucking 1% world.
Highly doubt it.
I've been through all of it. I've been through the raids. I've had the clubhouse door kicked in with the armored trucks, and every letter of the alphabet was there. Had the same thing at my house. Like that's all. That all comes with the 1% world. Doesn't mean you're out
Right.
doing shit wrong, but that shit still comes.
And how would you say, in your words, that something like our boys, the fellas, mad love to the fellas,
Mad
and
love those
how
fellas.
does
I love those
and
guys.
and we know their situation personally better than others, but how explain, like in your words, how that they went from maybe somebody who was hanging out with a certain club to becoming their own entity, like how that works in the club life.
Well, that's not something that happens every day. So, like, huge shout out to the fellas for standing on both of their feet and all 10 toes and fucking holding their ground and doing that. A lot of clubs don't do that. They'd rather just fucking fold and be go over here and join a fucking car club. A lot of clubs don't do that. That's why a lot of them go under. Those guys weren't going to be bullied. So somebody tried to bully them. Who the fuck do you think you are? You got a patch on your back, but at the end of the day, you're just a dude like everybody else, and you can take the same beating that everybody else can take. And they stood on it and they handled business, and I've got nothing but love for every fucking fella that I've ever met. How
Hey, straight up.
for them to do what they did, that's a statement piece. Those guys, they're going somewhere. They're not a club that's going to be pushed over.
Hell no. Hell no. And if you push too hard, they might do some pushing back. So
And right
watch out, huh?
right now, what they're doing, like who they're aligning themselves with, obviously it was us for a minute. We're not there anymore. So, but I hope that they continue to keep the movement that they're keeping on. And I talk to Fitz a lot, and I
Joe
don't stand
Breeze
it.
the Cran.
I don't
What are they saying? The fellas are all
fuck
up in
you.
here. Oh shit.
Fuck you in your crown. So he's got this marine thing where they like to put crowns in people's drinks and stuff. And
They're
when we were,
cran eaters.
when we were in Mexico, he snuck one into my pocket, fucker.
Unreal.
And I gave it back to him. And last time I hung out with them at their grand opening up in Bernie for that chapter's clubhouse, their grand opening. When I got ready to leave, the fucker got it back in there again. He can't ride a bike with
Hey,
shit though, but he can eat a crown.
so what are some memories like that come to your mind when you just think of like, when you were in the club, and one you could talk about where you were just looked around and you might have been having the time of your life?
From Mexico for me every time. That's all. It's always been one of my favorite trips is Mexico. And I've been everywhere with the club. I've rode my bike like a lot of clubs. Like they'll ride locally and then they'll jump on a plane and like fly to Texas or something. No, like I really put the miles on my bike. I rode from Redding, California to fucking Virginia and back. Like I've rode from one coast to the other. Those are it would be way too hard to define one, because when you're on the road with your brothers and you're going through the breakdowns, the fucking the un the uneasy scenarios that you come across when you ride through certain areas, like shit's real.
Fucking Mexico is always a party.
Mexico's fun. I love Mexico.
Rest in peace, Blue Trash Can. You guys are talking in Mexico on me.
Yeah, I don't even know what blue trash can is. Oh, yeah, I know what he's talking about now. That was we won't talk about that trash can. I'll save that for him. Let's say trash can blew up.
Oh
But
shit.
no, we had a lot of fun in Mexico. We had a whole bunch of breakdowns, but we had a lot of fun. Did some that same guy right there, Infidel. He got spun around on the beach after about 4 shots of tequila. It was a great time. I would go to Mexico with those guys again in a heartbeat.
And that's awesome, man. I ain't been there in a while, but whenever I went to Mexico, it was fun. And like you said, the craziest shit happens in Mexico, and it's international waters, man. We're tripping. We even when we're from Cali, we're so close. And when we get into Mexico, shit gets a little hairy sometimes, but it's always fun.
Yeah, I did. A couple times ago when we went to Mexico, we had a former brother and his wife got hemmed up at the border and ended up spending 11 months in Tijuana prison. Over a little bit,
Yo,
over a little bit of weed.
damn, they weren't
And
fucking around with
they
him.
don't play. Well, at least the border. The border don't play. I think once you make it into Mexico, everything's just about money. You can pretty much buy your way out of anything, but the border don't play.
Hey, so with your channel, it's rolling with Crusher with a C.
Not a K.
And you're going to be doing, you're going to be maybe having some people that you talk about in some of these stories, maybe on your channel, talking about the biker life, kind of what the same thing we do over here.
Yeah, I kind of feel like what I'm gonna do at first is just like an intro to a lot of this stuff, like I did with the supporters. I'll probably do one about a hang around, about a prospect, about a member, about the property of patch. Like everybody has the stigma on a property of patch, saying, "Oh, I fucking own you, and you're gonna do whatever I say." It's so not like that. I mean, just on
Yeah.
you're standing in the middle of a party with 2,000 brothers, and your old lady's hot and she's attractive and she's got her booty hanging out, right? Because that's what attracts you to her. And she's just walking around with nothing on her. You're gonna have 2,000 fucking drunk, corny fucking bikers like, damn, who's that? But they see property of Crusher, or property of Breeze, whatever it may be. They're like, oh fuck, that's a brother's old lady off limits, and they might look like that, but they're not gonna be full on gawking anymore. So
Right.
it saves a lot of drama before it can become drama, if that makes sense.
That does make a lot of sense, man. And that's what those that you just explained what those patches are for. It saves a little bit of drama.
A
Or
lot.
some unwanted grab grope pickup line. Who knows, man? Those girls that go into those biker parties know what they're getting themselves into.
I'm pretty sure it's the same for all clubs across the world. The party always starts off real graceful while the sun's up. But as you get later in the night, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., fuck, sometimes 6 a.m.,
Sun
shit,
comes up again.
shit can get weird. It's better to just have that on there. So even a drunk, even somebody who's had a lot of partying that night can still see that and be like, okay, not that one.
Yeah, 100%. And see, a lot of people don't know things like that. You'll be able to cover all kinds of things. And with years of experience, man, that's kind of like when I went on, I told my prospecting story. And yeah, you go off your own stories and you have people on it. I think it'll be a badass channel, dog. I'm looking forward to see what you put out there.
Well, I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna go over those first few things, and then I'm gonna start diving into some stories. Not to get anybody in trouble or anything like that, but just some of those fun stories that come with being in this lifestyle and not just standing on the sideline watching the lifestyle from a podcast or something. Actually being in it, share some of those ones. And
So,
maybe it'll help somebody decide, like, is a club right for me? Is this the right fit? Who knows? I mean, I've seen all types of individuals. I've seen the guys that are this big all the way up to the guys who look like freaking professional bodybuilders and everybody in between. There's a place for everybody. You just have to make sure that it's what you want.
100%. So, what would you say to somebody who was getting ready to maybe join a club right now?
Uh, well, I would like to think that if anybody was truly thinking about joining a club, that they've done their due time with that club. They've done their hang around time. They've done their support time. They've done their hang around time, and that they've been there long enough to see what it really is. Because I've seen this scenario happen so many times. I've met some solid dudes who I thought were solid as fuck. And they're like fucking bap bap. They're there every time. It don't matter what's going on. First time their old lady gets mad, they're gone. Where'd that dude go? I ain't heard from him in a week. you know. So if you're gonna do this lifestyle and you're a family man, you better have a long talk with your old lady and make sure that she's gonna support you, or that you're going to move on and find a different one or something like that. I personally got lucky. My wife is she's a fan of what I do. She's my biggest supporter. Um, Shout out to Sarah, love you. I'm supposed to do a little shout out to Brooklyn too. She's my unofficial manager on here. But yeah, make sure you got all your P's and Q's covered, and this is something that you really want to do. I think it's a fun
Right.
lifestyle. I think it's fun, and if being on a bike is something that excites you, and having a group of brothers that are constantly with you, if that's something that excites you, then I fucking say rock it. Just make sure that's what you truly want to do. Don't be a half stepper.
Definitely not. So, what was it? You've had time to clear your head a little bit.
Yeah.
Um, how do you feel like now? How was your first ride without having to slap a patch on before you went on the bike?
So everybody that left with me, I didn't leave by myself. without giving out too much, and there was a few of us that stood up and walked, and we all instantly were like, "Hey, we've been doing this shit a long time. We're just gonna free ride." So I think it was like about 2 weeks later, we set a date. We fucking, just rode over to the coast just to get some lunch, walk on the beach, and jam back. And for the first time, and I can't even remember how long, I rode in a pair of white tennis shoes. Such an awkward feeling. Like I'm used to having my fucking shit kickers on, right? Suited and booted. I'm used to it. I'm programmed. It felt naked without it, without a
Feels
cut.
good though, doesn't it?
The way back felt good. It took about the whole 3 hour ride over there to kind of be like, no, this is you now, big dog. Like this is your new life. This is what you do. The way back was great. The way over there, I led the pack the whole way over there, and once we got there, I'm like, I don't have to lead this pack anymore. So I jumped from the front of the pack, and my ass rode in the back of the pack the whole way, and it was a total different experience. I missed the fuck out of the club. Don't get me wrong, but I love the feeling on the way back. I was 30 degrees cooler because I didn't have my leather cut on, my 15 pounds lighter because I didn't have my boots, and it was awkward, but it was exhilarating at the same
Like
time.
you said, you felt naked, but it feels good at the same time too, because it's a whole different stance on, you don't have to catch a case if you bump into somebody if you don't feel like it. You can wiggle where you want, you can do what you want. At the end of the day, I feel like I like to get off my bike, and when I put the kickstand down, it like ends right there. I don't get like phone calls and all that crazy stuff about what happened unless it's my friends. It's not, I don't have like, whenever I was around the club, I was getting pressed down on a lot.
Well, you were with the wrong club.
You got that right.
I still have mad love for the black and white, so you were with the wrong club, Bruce.
Right. I mean, I
No,
don't
but
hate, but
for real,
I
I've
didn't
already
have
seen the
I had a
tattoo
good time.
stickers.
It was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
All at the same time.
All at the same damn time.
And those are the memories that you're never going to lose. Those memories are for going to ever be etched into your brain. And when you're laying in bed and you just start laughing and your old lady's like, what the fuck's wrong with you? And you're like, nothing.
Nothing. Oh man. Yep. And it's engraved in theirs too. So whether they like me or not. And yeah, man, it was it's a wild ride. So what else are you doing? You got the podcast going, you got you said some homies rode with you. That is way cooler than just going for that ride alone, and then all of you being able to stop and be like, man, this is great, no phone calls, no
there's,
nothing, and we can do whatever we want. I remember that feeling.
there's definitely a large group of us. But yeah, I think we just, I won't say the day, but we just planned another trip up to Brookings and Crescent City for the night. So
Sick.
I don't know. It's different not having those phone calls all day. Even my wife said it the other day. She's like, "Fuck, your phone's hella quiet now," because that motherfucker nonstop all day. Especially being a chapter president, it was nonstop all day. And now the only time the motherfucker rings is about work, which is great, or you know issues. But I like it. I made the right choice. I'll definitely be some attending some parties with my boy Hera, but for right now, I'm just chilling, looking at things that I can do to better myself in this life. I own a company and it does decent, and it's like what can I do now? It's like what can I do now? So that's what I'm gonna find out.
Nice. Well, you want to shout out anything else or talk about anything else before we hop off here? Or
I got a lot of boys on here watching right now. Just a shout out to all of them. They know who they are.
Sloppy? I seen you say Sloppy in the house. I see you, dog. I see all the fellas, man. Shout out to all the fellas. Shout out to prestigious_labs. Shout out to Deathcore. If anybody wants to damn donate to Rolling Free TV, And over here, it's I got a Venmo set up, rolling free TV. It's under Breeze Perello. I would really appreciate anything right now.
I crashed.
Money's tight and times are hard. So send me a damn birthday card.
And don't worry, I won't make you split it with me.
Damn.
But
Not
no,
a red cent.
I encourage everybody on here, like, hop on over to my channel called Rolling with Crusher. I'm gonna talk about some pretty cool shit. And from what I get told constantly, like, man, people want to hear your stories. Like, they're gonna want to hear it from your perspective. So I figured, why not? Like, let's try it. If this is the stuff you guys want to hear, stories like that, then jump over, and that's what I'm gonna tell. It's all gonna be, none of it's gonna be speculation, like, oh, I bet you they would do this. No, it'll all be scenarios that I live, and I'd be like, oh damn, this is what's gonna happen right here. But I encourage everybody to go over there, even the haters on it. Come on over. We'll all get along.
What do you think about? Are you maybe thinking about writing a book or anything like that yet? Because you do have a lot of stories.
Um, here's one thing that I found in my life. If you try to juggle too many projects at one time, you don't give any of them the attention that they deserve. That's like the same thing when I try to get everybody that was in my chapter to, like, start your own company, work for yourself. It's the only way you're going to truly make money. But they would try it, but then they would keep their job. So they always have that safety to fall back on. And you're never going to succeed doing that because you're not giving it everything that you possibly can. So I feel the same thing. Like, if I'm going to try this channel podcast thing, then that's what my energy needs to go into, not that, and write a book and run a company and have my home life. That'll just be too many things, and things will get shortcutted. So as of right now, I'm just gonna do this.
Straight up, man. Hell yeah. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to come on, running it down to us a little bit. Shout out to Outlaw Archive on here, man. Bo, Mr. Ner, my dog. And hey, I'm looking forward to seeing your channel. I'm gonna go like and subscribe as soon as we get off of here. You said sent me a little clip. You said you got some stuff in the mail to enhance your performance on there, and
Yeah, for
dude, you're gonna
everybody.
have a badass channel.
And for everybody who goes over there tonight, my friends are watching this and texting me at the same time. You guys are dicks. For everybody who goes over to that channel tonight, bear with me. I've only got like 2 videos up there right now. But as of tomorrow, I'll start putting, this is all brand new to me. I literally started it, I think, like 2 days ago. So bear with me a little bit. It'll be worth the wait, but there's some stuff on there now.
I don't know. He had some great idea about these name things, but it's Rolling with Crusher. And that's the name. Everybody go check it out, man. Everyone do me a favor and double tap that like button, hit the subscribe notification bell so you know when we're bringing this shit to you. Crusher, man, if I could do anything for you to help your channel grow, bro, I'll be there. I can't thank you enough for coming on here, man. If you want to do shout outs to the team over at Rolling with Crusher before we get off here, and hey, I'll catch y'all on the flip side.
Look forward to seeing all you guys on the channel. Breeze, thanks for having me. Have a great night.
Peace.